So over the space of a year since I've started training kickboxing, it's actually really surprising the amount of stuff that you just accumulate over time, stuff that you need in order to train with kickboxing. So I went and invested in this Venom bag purely because I needed a bigger bag. My previous bag was just a regular Nike gym bag and I couldn't fit all of my stuff in. And especially once I invested in a gi when I decided to also take up jiu-jitsu, there was no way it was all going to fit in my old bag. So the Venom bag, nice and big, can fit everything in comfortably. Lots of zipped compartments to store everything in. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what we've got in here. So the first thing you'll notice is this bright yellow and green striped belt. So this is the current grade belt that I'm at the moment. Hopefully we have grading at the end of this month, so my next belt with a bit of luck should be green belt, so looking forward to that, and the new set of challenges that come with it. Okay, so my focus pads, so I upgraded to these Twins special focus pads a few months ago. They're quite expensive, about £130 these were, but excellent quality in comparison to my older cheaper ones. So again, an essential piece of kit if you're training and partnering with someone. A sweat towel, again, essential. You don't want to be dripping sweat all over people, so make sure you have a sweat towel to hand. My Vertex boxing gloves, so again I upgraded to these last year, I think it was July 2017. Excellent quality, 100% leather. I just went for the 12-ounce gloves because I kind of figured, well, for what I'm using them for, the training and the light sparring that I do and bag work, I didn't really need any heavier gloves than these, but again, very, very nice quality. And there's the other one. Alright, so I also went for the Vertex shin guards. These are the ones with the kind of sock style on the back as opposed to the Velcro leather straps. And the main reason I went for the sock style is because the leather strap versions just spin around all over the place, and when I'm doing Thai kicks especially, and it just becomes a bit annoying. So these ones just don't move anywhere, which is perfect. And then obviously we've got the padded bit for the instep of the foot. So again, very good quality Vertex. And the other one. Alright, so this is physio tape. So I hurt my knee months ago last year. I ended up paying £40 a session to go and see the physiotherapist, and at the end of each session he basically taped up my knee with this physio tape. So I thought, what the hell, I'm just going to go and buy my own tape instead of paying £40 a session for the physio. So I think this was something like £5 on Amazon. And it is, you know, just, well, it is what it is, physio tape. So I thought, instead of going for the flesh colour or something and trying to make it less noticeable, just go for the black and look like a proper badass with black physio tape. Not. Alright, so hand wraps. Lots of hand wraps. I try and have a different pair of hand wraps for each class, a fresh pair for each class. So I've always got one pair in the wash and several spare pairs lying in the bottom of my bag. If you don't already use hand wraps, I thoroughly recommend it. Not only do they provide extra support for your hands and your wrist, they also act as a bit of a liner for your boxing gloves, helping to soak up some of the sweat and keep them fresher and clean. In my eyes, I look at it a little bit like you wouldn't really wear a pair of shoes without wearing socks. Or if you did, then your shoes would quickly become sweaty and stinky. So it's exactly the same with boxing gloves. So lots of pairs of these. Hand wraps, of course, can be a little bit time consuming to put on at the beginning of class. So I have these kind of cheating version, so these are a little bit like hand wraps, but they are more of a fingerless glove, so they just kind of slide onto your hands, and then you just have this kind of short length of wrap that wraps around your wrist a couple of times. I don't really like these because the finger holes are a little bit tight, and I just don't think they give me quite as much support as the proper hand wraps. But you know, if I'm running late for class and I don't have time to faff about putting proper hand wraps on, then using these is better than nothing, I guess. So that is almost it. Oh, we've got, so this is tape for taping up fingers and toes in jiu-jitsu. We've already had a few injuries from that, so I don't want to incur any more injuries. In this pocket in the side, it's my water bottle. So obviously, training kickboxing, you can become dehydrated very, very quickly. There's nothing worse than running out of water halfway through class, or getting to class and realizing you don't have any water. Certainly not good for your health. And the only other thing I have in here is my Vertex Gum Shield, which I only really use when sparring. So this was just a kind of boil in the pan type, where you put it in the pan of boiling water, which kind of softens it, and then you put it in your mouth, bite down, and it molds to the shape of your teeth. And that is it. So that is the contents of my kickboxing bag. And like I said, whenever I do jiu-jitsu, I'll throw my gi in there also.